Hello, I am amused by jokers, mi.com. Or you could call me John. In any case, I've collected jokers for quite a while, and I thought I'd make a quick video about some of them. Today I'm going to focus on my Congress jokers, or my old Congress jokers. Congress is a brand that's been around since, well, the 1800s. These are all Congress jokers. And they were sort of upscale. They were absolutely upscale. So if you were a regular person, you were traveling and you wanted to buy a cheap deck, you'd buy maybe a steamboat deck, might spend 2 cents for the deck of cards. If you're a nice middle-class family, your family wanted a deck of cards, something to do in the evening, you might spend 5, 6 cents and get yourself a nice deck for the house. But if you were a Vanderbilt, a Rockefeller, a Mellon, a Carnegie, if you lived probably in New York, somewhere in Rhode Island, Providence, Newport, if you had memberships at all the best clubs and you wanted gold edged cards, you might spend 40 or 50 cents for a deck and buy a Congress 606 deck. So that's what you're seeing here. These are the decks from the late 1800s, very early 1900s. And let's focus on my real area, which is the jokers. The very first joker to appear on the Congress 606 decks was Dundreary. Who? Well, he was not a real person. He was a character. He was a character in a New York Broadway play, which was making fun of the American-British relationship. Now, I've forgotten whether it's called Our American Cousins or Our British Cousins, but the actor we see here grew famous doing Dundreary, this funky, fumbly old British guy. The backs of these are all either shiny lacquer or these geometric decks. Around 1898, Congress switched and they started doing jokers with pictures on them. And the pictures matched, this is called the rube, it matches the picture on the back. So you'd have a color representation on back, and then a black and white version on the front. There were a few generations of these. This is the first generation of matching jokers, characterized by having the word joker right on the card, and always an oval shape. Next generation was either oval or rectangular. This one is called Music Hath Its Charms, which is part of the old quote, music hath its charms to tame the vicious beast or something. The word joker does not actually appear. And here's the color version of this in back. Very funny, actually. Poor lady covering her ears while her husband makes music. And then this is the third generation, kind of an exotic. Can't remember who did this art, but if you look on my website, it's listed, I hope. This is called Moorish. So either a Spain, North Africa reference. In any case, these were made until about 1904. And then the Congress people switched to another type of joker, which gets me to the main part of the collection. Now, most of my collection is organized by theme. So this is the Americana theme, American symbols. We're going to jump in here pretty far, jump into right down there. And this is where we see the Congress jokers. So Congress started using the Capitol as their joker around 1904. This is one of the first generations of it. Notice how these roads work there. There are many variations, mostly different nuances of color or decoration around the card. We'll glance at the backs here. Some of these backs were initially published with matching jokers, and then they were republished with capital jokers. I think that's Diane the Huntess, the mythological one. There's Bernice. Oh, GW. After a few years, the capital changed. So we'll move to the next section. And now if you look closely, the roads and the holes there are sort of gone. But again, there's lots of variations on it. And you see some of the same backs, just reissued with slightly different jokers. And then we come up through the modern world to the Congress decks, which are now published in late 1900s and right up into what you see in the supermodern world. Now what keeps peeking through here, and I admit, is I've now got myself some custom built furniture. And what I keep down there are not so much jokers as whole decks, where I try and keep the joker with the deck. I'm just beginning to fill the whole thing in, but I'm hoping to get my collection into one place. This is pretty deep, so I got these drawers where I could put in decks in rows like this. And I got 3 big things like that and untold numbers of boxes to unpack. So I'll be doing videos as we go along. In any case, John Edelson, amused by jokers.